Title says it all. Hi, folks. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the D-Bell Sports Podcast. I'm your host, David Bell, and today we're going to be talking about Al Harris and seeing if he should be the new defense coordinator. I think so, and I'm going to go through some reasons why. Now, who is Al Harris? Al Harris is the defensive backs coach. He's held that title since 2020. As of the season, he was also an assistant head coach. He played cornerback. This is way back when in his playing career. Played cornerback primarily for the Eagles and Packers. Was a second-team All-Pro in 2007 with a Pro Bowl in 2007 and 2008 as well. He is in the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame, and he played with them from 2003 to 2010. So he played under Mike McCarthy. After his career, he coached with the Dolphins, Chiefs, FAU, and then finally with the Cowboys. He's been a defensive assistant secondary coach, and cornerbacks coach. Finally, the defensive backs coach in 2020. So why do people want to promote him? Why do I want to promote him? Well, he's really, really good. The players love him. He's an excellent communicator. He has the expertise needed to coach and pass down the proper techniques needed for players to get to the next level. He's coached up players like Deron Bland and Trevon Diggs. And as a reminder, Trevon Diggs came in when Harris became the defensive backs coach, and the next year he was a first-team All-Pro and interceptions leader, having 11 interceptions that season. Deron Bland was the interceptions leader in 2023, getting first-team All-Pro honors and getting the league record for interceptions returned for a touchdown. He's so good, in fact, that Dan Quinn wanted him to join him on his staff this year. And but in February, it was reported that the Cowboys blocked that from happening. They wouldn't let the guy interview for a job in Washington. Cowboys were simply losing too much talent, and they didn't want to lose him, understandably. Dan Quinn, our old defensive coordinator, went to Washington, and Joe Witt Jr., who was the passing game coordinator and secondary coach under Quinn, was hired as Washington's next defensive coordinator. So I think Quinn already had Joe Witt lined up, so he just wanted to add Al Harris to his team. Let's also not forget why the Cowboys would want to keep Al Harris. Mike McCarthy coached him up as a player. He coached him from 2006 to 2010. He was waived from the Packers in November 2010, then played for the Dolphins and Rams, then went into coaching. So he was a good player, and as a coach, players seemed to like him, and Mike McCarthy liked him too. And he's coached some players to be stars. So what happened in 24? What happened? Why wasn't he considered to be a defensive coordinator? Well, he's still the defensive backs coach going into the 2024 season, but they went with Mike Zimmer as the DC when we lost Dan Quinn. He was with the Cowboys before. He was defensive coordinator from 2000 to 2006. And he coached for the Cowboys from 1994 all the way up to 2006. He's also been a head coach before, so I don't know if he wants to step up to be a head coach if McCarthy is let go. But I don't know. I really don't know all the scenarios of what's going to happen in the next few weeks. I don't know if he wants to come back, honestly. So either situation would create a vacancy in the defensive coordinator position. He's already helped the team get to the Super Bowl also. That was with the Cowboys in 1995. He was the defensive backs coach. So, maybe he's been there, done that. He came back for a year. If he's not being considered for head coach, he might just retire altogether from coaching. So, I don't know. I'm not sure. But either way, that might create a vacancy for DC. So Al Harris is the defensive backs coach under Mike Zimmer, who has lots of experience, but he was given an upgrade, a title bump, assistant head coach in March of last year. A quote from Mike McCarthy: "Al has been such an impactful member of our coaching staff and team," McCarthy said. "I'm looking forward to his leadership and his expanded role. He's a highly effective mentor and motivator, and our entire team will benefit from him taking this elevated step." So even if he didn't become a defensive coordinator, he was still respected for the Cowboys, and McCarthy, who brought him in, when he came in 2020 to be the defensive backs coach. So he was a good player. He's a good coach with proven results. Players like him and support him. Dan Quinn wanted him, but the Cowboys didn't want him to leave. He's been listed as a future defensive coordinator candidate. He gets good press. He's been promoted within the organization, which means the front office and head coach respect him. So what are we waiting for? Trevon Diggs even, publicly stated that he wanted Al Harris to be the defensive coordinator last year. I mean, players love him. Honestly, let's just see what he can do as defensive coordinator. He could be a head coach one day. He could be our coach that we promote from within. If only we would give him a chance. And I think he deserves it. I think we should give it to him. Those are some of my thoughts. Let me know down in the comments what you think. If nothing else happens, do whatever you want with McCarthy. But Al Harris should be the defensive coordinator in my mind. But thank you so much for my subscribers and Patreon members. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like the video, share it. Just help out in general. Thank you so much, and of course, go Cowboys.